chilly, beautiful morning here, and it is Sunday and I have the day off work, and I'm always excited about that because I work 6 days a week right now, looking out over the neighboring farmland here as I start my morning. And we're gonna go make a fire and start the coffee maker up. The birds are chirping and spring is in the air. And this is my favorite time of year. The Easter holiday is approaching. I dug up all of this dirt and ivy and put down this Merrimack gravel with some paper landscaping, like a vinyl landscaping underlayment to keep the weeds from popping through, because I got tired of running the weed eater up against the side of the house and it beating up against this beautiful foundation here. And I used brick that was left over on the property from some kind of addition or repair or something that the previous owners have done here. This is my original walkway. Goes around all the way around the house from over there to the front of the house, and as I showed you in journal entry number 1, goes out to the road there. I have the original shutters. Took them out of that pole barn over there. They were stored there for 50, 60 years. And restored them and put a lot of them back up on the house. And we're going to do more this year. Let's get some wood and get a fire going because I'm cold. These wood burning stoves that I put into the house a couple years ago have been really nice to have on cold mornings and cold days when you just want to start a nice fire and sit back and relax and have a glass of wine or a coffee. And they've been a big hit with the house. Blowing out some really nice hot air. That'll heat this room up really fast. Here is a Victorian era book that I purchased at one of my favorite antique stores in my community. It's called The Beautiful Tree of Life. You open it up and it's got that Victorian design inside of it. And the book was from the era of 1891. And I want to read a little entry for you. The original owner and builder of this house was a prominent farmer who specialized in general crops. And this passage that I'm going to read to you today kind of makes me think of him a little bit. Seed time and harvest. A husbandman who many years had plowed his field and sown in tears, grew weary with his doubts and fears. I toil in vain, these rocks and sands will yield no harvest to my hands. The best seeds rot in barren lands. My drooping vine is withering, no promised grapes its blossoms bring. No birds of balm the branches sing. My flock is dying on the plain. The heavens are brass, they yield no rain. The earth is iron, I toil in vain. While yet he spake, a breath had stirred his drooping vine like wing of bird, and from its leaves a voice he heard. The germs and fruits of life must be forever hid in mystery. Yet none can toil in vain for me. A mightier hand, more skilled than thine, must hang the clusters on the vine, and make the fields with harvest shine. Man can but work, God can create, but they who work and watch and wait have their reward, though it come late. Look up to heaven, behold and hear the clouds and thunderings in thy ear, an answer to thy doubts and fear. Okay, so I want you guys to see my original Victorian ceiling wallpaper. Now, this house was built in 1881, and most of the times they would let the plaster cure for about 5 years before they would paint it, because the plaster would settle in and crack and they would have to go over it and repair it. So they wanted to make sure that their plaster was in pretty much finished, settling condition before they would hang the wallpaper or paint it. So they hung this wallpaper. And I was told that I was very lucky to have this, that it's really hard to find an original Victorian wallpaper that's in this good of a shape. And I was told that this is museum quality, original 1800s Victorian ceiling wallpaper. So as you can see, there's the border there. It goes all the way around the room. And then they hung the wallpaper up in different sections, overlapping the first section of the border there, and then they just worked their way out. If you look in the center of the room, there's the medallion style part of the wallpaper where the lamp is hanging from. Now, it's not in perfect condition. It is museum quality, but it's not perfect. Over the years, the plaster has cracked from the house settling, but the wallpaper has hung in there very, very well. And I believe those are supposed to be pansies. And then obviously there's like a cobweb design. And then you have your potted flowers. It almost has like an Asian theme to it, maybe a little bit. I know in the 1890s, in Victorian America, it was all things Asian, as Japan was opening its borders to foreign trade, and Americans were interested in Asian culture. So here it is, my original Victorian
ceiling wallpaper, and I'm very, very proud of having that. When we first toured the house, when you walk in the side foyer and hang a right into this room, I looked up at that ceiling and I just couldn't believe it. But that's it. Let me know what you all think about this. And this wallpaper, I will do my best to preserve it. And look forward to enjoying it throughout the years here at the house. So thank you for joining me at Victorian Home Journal, at journal entry number 2. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video to show your support for more future videos to come of my restoration and all things Victorian. Until next time, gang, take care.